Got a wooden seat. Pretty nice. Oh, good morning. It is like 9:30 right now. I am all packed up, so all I have to do is pick up my pack, put my fanny pack on, and I'm good to go. But yeah, slept in. However, if you've noticed, since I said I'm gonna protect my sleep again, and it's not as hot, and I'm not gonna try to beat the heat, I have felt way better morale-wise, mood-wise, so don't regret it. I had trouble falling asleep, so I probably didn't fall asleep till like 11 something, but slept till 7 something, slept really well once I fell asleep. And everything was still wet from last night. It rained on and off, never super heavy, but opted to go with my dry sleep clothes because I'm going 12 miles into Carlisle and just didn't have it in me to put the wet shorts and the wet shirt back on. My socks are wet even though they were dry. My shoes are still wet, so but I still have one more pair of dry socks. And I don't have any hiking clothes that are dry, but I do have my fleece long sleeve and long johns in case there was an emergency situation that I could put on that are dry. But yeah, some days when you know you're trying to get inside like I am today, Carlisle will be 12 miles and I'm going to try to get there as quick as possible. There is Boiling Springs, so I'll probably stop and get some quick food at the restaurant and a coffee. And then I know there is some easy hiking in and out of Boiling Springs, so I'm just going to put my head down and go. Get to Carlisle as soon as possible, and then yeah, just use that room as best as possible. Really just try to edit as many videos, upload as many videos, because whatever I don't get done, so be it. There'll be I mean, there's already been a couple gaps in videos, but there'll be a gap in the videos until I get up to the New York, New Jersey border. And that's the decision I made. I'll fall a little bit behind on editing and I can catch up then. But just financially, you know, I can stay with family. What I want is I want to get up there and see family and not just be, you know, taking an extra zero in a hotel by myself. So that's what I'm doing. Carlisle, then it'll be, you know, just a big push up to the border, but it really will only be like under 230 miles from there. So we'll see how quick I get that done. But yeah, short term, real short term, Boiling Springs. I get a hot coffee. I've only had my one instant coffee. You can tell I'm a little tired. Then probably some food, and then do the 9 remaining miles to Carlisle. Get room at the Super 8, hopefully. I called them, no answer, but a lot of those hotels, you just call and it answers, or rings and rings and rings, no answer. So I'll probably just pop into town and see. There is a Quality Inn as well, but some of the hiker reviews say that the Quality Inn is kind of in rough shape, so the Super 8 would be better. So that's my plan. And yeah, aside from that, hopefully the rain holds off. And it's humid, it's sticky, it's buggy, man. I got, even in my tent, I don't know if there was a mosquito in my tent, but I got bug bites all over. I got the rash from the sweat and the rain. It's this humid East Coast. Someone asked why I didn't do laundry in like streams, and like, yeah, you definitely can if you're in a spot where you have like blacktop to dry it, but you then you're gonna wash your clothes with soap, rinse it out, and then it's just gonna be just as wet, because nothing dries on the East Coast when it's humid like this, and you don't have a place to lay it out, like, you know, pavement or something like that. So yeah, I feel good though. I'm tired, so I probably sound tired, but morale is high. It's picked up. The sleep has helped, and yeah, hopefully I have a room tonight, can get a bunch done, catch up, and then that puts me in the driver's seat to just hike for 10 straight days and not have to worry about editing or uploading or anything like that. And if I don't get everything done, I'm still gonna do that anyway. All right. Jesus. high by July. It's amazing how much a change of scenery can lift your mood.
Oh, they're big and stuff. I recall it a couple years ago, so it's daytime. I got this one. We raced it so I could tell she was black. So I asked her.
Oh, good afternoon. I can say good afternoon now. I don't know, it's before 1 for sure. I left Cafe 101 in Boiling Springs just afternoon. And it was a very interesting and up and down experience there. So I ate there last year. The food is excellent, the service is excellent, and it was still early enough that I only had 1 cup of coffee, or 1 instant coffee packets, 2 instant coffee packets, and 1 thing of water. So I needed more coffee is what I'm trying to say. Maybe I still do. And got coffee, ordered on special. They had a bunch of birria dishes, which I've had in Mexico and Central America, and they're delicious. So I got the birria nachos, and this guy, just as I was finishing and getting a refill of coffee, finishing my food, he came over, asked me a couple questions, and asked about the trail and how I was doing, and it was a good conversation. I answered him, and then shortly after that he said, well, he's like, just enjoy it, you know, kind of stay in the moment. And I've been being told that for a while now, but I think in the last 2-3 weeks I've really kind of tried to hone that in. Even when I'm having a bad day, instead of wishing for it to be over, just saying, hey, enjoy it, embrace it, remember it, because it's what makes getting into town and the meals even that much better. So after we said goodbye, the server came over and she's like, do you need anything else? I was like, no, just the check. And she's like, your meal's already been paid for. And I knew as soon as she said that, it was the guy that came over to talk to me. So I went over, he was just getting into his car, and he was kind of like, thought I was chasing him down to give him money. I was like, listen, I know you already did it. I really appreciate it. I'm not asking you to take it back. I just want to say thank you personally, because he didn't tell me when he left. So that was absolutely amazing. And that shows you how supportive the trail community can be. And it doesn't have to be financially, just the amount of volunteers that clear the trail and build the shelters that have been so nice in here. And then I was drinking my last cup of coffee, was getting cash out to put a tip down. That's one thing. If someone pays for a meal, still tip. Even if they tipped on it, which they probably did, you got your meal taken care of, you saved money, so pass it on. And I left the tip on the table, and this guy comes over and he goes, hey, you through hiking? And I was like, yeah. He's like, do you mind if I sit down? I was like, no, of course not. I was at the table by myself, and this guy just started rambling, and he has hiked a bunch of the trail. I don't know if he's ever through hiked, and I could not get a word in. And he was, as someone who's done a bunch of drugs before and drank, he was definitely fucked up. And he had sunglasses on, so I couldn't get a good look at his eyes, but the amount of movement and fidgeting and touching of his face tells me that it was a stimulant he was on. You know, you take the guess, coke, meth, crack, but probably coke, the way he was touching his nose. Those of you that are not experienced with it, you might not know, but those of you that have either done it yourself or been around people, you'll know touching your face excessively is like such a clear telltale sign. And the way he was like touching his nose too, I was like, oh, you're definitely, I think you've done a line of something. And it was just, he just started spewing information on the trail, like telling me all this stuff that I never asked for. He didn't even ask, like, really. He's like, oh, you're gonna have a blast, and he just starts like naming campsites and like, but he's talking so quickly and incoherently that like I can't even keep up with him. He's jumping from Vermont to like Maine, and then he of course does the fear mongering of the whites in southern Maine. And you know, not trying to be disrespectful, but the people that have done that to me, it's always people that are really out of shape, and then they try to project it onto you that like you're gonna have a miserable time, and it pisses me off. Another guy did it in the Shenandoahs to me. But yeah, he just put me in such a bad mood. I couldn't get a word in. He kept telling me stuff, and he was like telling me about my area in my hometown. I'm like, yeah, I know, I grew up there, you know. And then he was like, oh, in Pennsylvania. And I even wanted to, I was like, I've hiked Pennsylvania before, I know all this, man. I didn't ask you for your advice. And he won't shut the fuck up. He was just talking and talking and talking. And he said he watches YouTube, so I'm not gonna use his trail name, but I hope he watches this, so maybe you can get a fucking clue. It was just frustrating. So I started like packing up all my stuff. I'm putting my fanny pack on, and then I stand up and grab my pack. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get going, and he still won't shut the fuck up. Like, I'm like, put my hand out. I'm like, I'm Wonder Bro, nice to meet you, man. I gotta get going. And instead of like fist bump me back, he's like rifling through his fanny pack to show me all his AT tags from years previous. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. This conversation was so one-sided and so unasked for, and you're clearly on something. So I just got up and walked away, and I wanted to get a few shots of town. Sometimes when I'm in town, I like to, like, if there's a clock or something, a town sign with the town name on it. And I just immediately left the cafe and just looked for the trail and started walking, because that just put me in a bad mood. So yeah, tale of two different people and conversations. It's funny, the one time I did get a word in, he's like, yeah, there's a flip-flop bubble, but they mostly quit, and then you have, you know, you're behind the bubble since you started late. And I was like, yeah, the only bubble that I'm in is, you know, kind of like the hitchhiking bubble. They keep showing up, but they don't hike that much. And he kind of like gave me a weird look. I'm like, that's probably you as well. So yeah, I don't know, he kept saying he was gonna section hike later. He hurt his head, but there was just such an incoherent conversation. So yeah, thank you. I'll leave that, but thank you, the gentleman that paid for my meal and had an awesome conversation with. It was brief, but he asked how I was doing and all that. Those are the things that I appreciate out here, and those are the people that make it special. And then there is a, you know, another side to the trail. But yeah, and while I'm rambling, I might as well just keep going. There's a guy at Devil's Backbone. I never brought up this story. He did something similar. There's four hikers all talking, and we were having a great conversation. And this guy was just drunk. He was clearly wasted. And he just came over and like almost was trying to like do like a stand-up comedy routine, but he was slurring his words, and he just derailed the conversation. And it was a good one. We were all just kind of talking about life. And I did the same thing. Big Lug was there, and I picked up my shoe. That's when I had my new shoes, so I had the box. And I just picked up, and I was like, hey man, you hungry? I'm going to eat. And I basically, while this guy was mid-conversation, because he wouldn't let anyone get a word in, I just left. So happens. You meet great people, and then you definitely meet all kinds of people. So figured I'd share that story with you. But easy hiking. I'm like under 6 miles to Carlisle now, and hopefully I get a room at the Super 8. Even though today's easy and I can keep going, it just kind of falls in line with what I need. Everything's disgustingly soaked in my bag and smells, and nothing's gonna really dry today. And yeah, and I really am behind on videos. That's a big reason. I wanna get as caught up as I can to make this push, as I mentioned earlier, to the New York, New Jersey border. All right, I'll show you how easy the trail is. And that was a long-winded rant there, but I think it was necessary to get it out of my system. I'm expecting it. I'll try one. Let's see. Super sour. They're not ready yet. At least these ones. Oh yeah, the trail's still nice, beautiful, and easy. That was actually pretty good. I should have finished it. That pink tape, I'll take it as don't touch. Which I would never just touch anyway to take a chance, but interesting. They're super low all the way through. But I'd be shocked if you couldn't touch it. But I'm not going to.